Alright, I'm going to show you how to do the layout for this single-sided 14-inch deep island right here. And we are using full boxes. I have the axle feet turned off for this version. Watch one of the other videos, if the job parms editing video, if you want to know how to bring the axle legs back on. Alright, so we're just going to delete all this. Hope that I don't have to retake the video. Okay, so I will go over to the products tab. And then we will go into islands. So we have islands full boxes, and then I'm going to do a 42 tall. So I'll click on 42, and then we have all the different depths. The reason all these different depths are in here is for, um, well, there's a few reasons. One being that when we pull in a 14, you really only want to use them for 14. They can be modified, but if you just want it to be drag and drop, you're changing from 14 to 16 or 19, just delete them and bring them back in. So if we're doing a single island, we're not going to worry about this end cap 1414. We're just going to worry about the end cap 14. I'll take it and drag it in. Always going to go to the left of the wall. And then you'll see some material sticking outside of the red bounding box. That's actually a good thing. So after end cap, basically just going to bring in a full box. So we have quite a few options here to start us off. I'm going to bring in the 4 drawer. Okay. Then we could bring in a 5 drawer. We could bring in a 3 shelf. Okay. And then we have to cap it off and then put a back panel on there. So let's cap it off with another cap, dragging it out here. And you'll notice this end panel, what goes beyond the bounding box is there's an extra 3/4 for the back. Long story, but it's necessary. And then we have the gap of the reveal between the drawer front and the panels. And then we have the door thickness. And then you'll also notice, this is kind of cool, that the depth is still standard. So you can still use your modular depths. That's more of like a administrative use only thing. All right, so this is how we built it out. We have an end panel. We brought in full boxes. And now we're going to put our back panel on. This one over here to the right is the sections and panels, in case you're wondering and you haven't watched the other videos. All right, so let's lay a back into this thing. Now there's a couple tricks here actually to lay this back in. We could put it on the back wall if we wanted to. So I'm going to close this up, keep it tidy. Go to back panels. I'll bring in that 42 panel. You could put it in the back, which is fine. And we could draw a dimension to see what these are combined. They're 3 18-inch sections, so I know this is 54 already. So I'm going to click this back panel. It doesn't want me to click on it. It hates me. So if you can't click on something, go down here to the drop down and just find your back panel. That's back panel 1, back panel 2. Now we can make it wider. Need 54 inches. And then this is kind of cool here. So this is on the back panel, so this is technically the right side. But this bottom number right here, this field here is awesome. It's just basically the overall position on the wall. So if you can't use this one, I would use the positioning. And say 0.75 and it bumps it over. The reason why it doesn't collide with this end panel, because the end panel, the bounding box, ends right here. So it doesn't even know, that back panel has no idea that this end panel is there, and the back panel is on another side of the wall. It has no idea where anything else is. so we can't blame it for doing weird things. Now if we go in a 3D view, we're looking pretty darn good. Maybe you want a little extra room here. Hopefully your edge banding is going to take care of that if you don't have pre-mill, but if you have pre-mill and you're like, you know, I think that maybe the end of this panel is going to be exposed. You can add extra depth to this panel, but I would bank more on putting these cabinets together, putting on the end panel, or putting on the back panel and then the end panels and kind of flushing it out. But if you want a little extra on these side panels, it's not hard. You can click on it, edit, and inside of our parameters, we have this extend back. So if we want to extend it another 1/4 inch, that's what that's going to look like. And maybe that's the play anyways for this one. That one's up to you. All right, now that's the layout for the single one. You notice I did elevation. Now it's looking at this back panel. So we're basically done with the layout of a single island. But if you're still watching, then I'm going to take this end panel, I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to apply it to the same exact wall. So there's end panel 2. I'm going to delete that, and we'll just bring in a new one, and I'll show you how to get it back here. That way everything's on the same wall and it shows up on the same side view in your multi-prints. So let's go to back panel, bring it in over here, right? All right, cool. So it's in the wrong place, but at least we have a panel. So what we're going to do is go into the outset field, go -0.75. And you notice now that we can like move this thing pretty freely, which is great. So we can move it around. We can give it the width that we need, 54. And then we'll go down to here in the position bar. And now the left side is the left side. So I'll just say 0.75. Now it's right where we need it to be. You can always give it a little extra if you want, if your boxes are growing because you're not doing a good job of measuring, calibrating your material before you cut it. Your end panels are short, then just give yourself a little extra and your guys can deal with it on site. Maybe apply the back, flush trim it, and then apply your end panels. You don't really want to flush trim on site, but if you gotta, you gotta. All right, that is how to do single-sided full box island cabinets in the PAC closet library. Next, we're going to go over sections and panels, which is a fun time.